Hi there. I hope everyone's doing okay. We're probably all getting stir crazy at this point, even though we might have been there about a week ago. However, I wanted to reach out to just let you guys know kind of what real estate looks like right now. We wanted to reach out to just break down the buying process, the selling process, the best practices that we've kind of been trying to implement as agents across the board to just see what works best and to figure out how this should look in the virtual world that we're in now. So, to start out, when it comes to selling, we've been listing properties still, but there's kind of a new process that comes with it, and it looks different than it did before, as you can imagine, with the restrictions that are in place. So, as agents, we are not permitted, per Governor Cuomo's executive order, to go into properties to either meet with a seller or to take a buyer through a property. We cannot physically go to properties at this point. Um, that being said, when it comes to listing a property, we've been doing a lot of virtual valuations, FaceTime. A lot of the properties, some areas, have similar type properties, so that makes it a little easier. But for the most part, we've just been going through with sellers virtually on Zoom calls or FaceTime, video messenger, whatever people have, we've been accommodating, and we've been able to get a really good idea valuation wise of the updates and everything that kind of goes into those adjustments. So we've been doing those valuations virtually, and we're still able to do that. And then, in regards to listing, we've been putting it into the MLS virtually, of course, and we have tools in place to be able to get really good still photos just from sellers walking through the house and taking a video with certain apps that we use that we can then pull those still photos from the best possible angle and the best possible lighting and make sure that we capture really high end professional grade photography to the best that we can in that way. So given that, and plus with that virtual tour, it allows us to then use that tour that we've just gotten from the seller to be able to send that to buyers. So that being said, that's kind of the selling side right now, how we're able to list. When it comes to buyers, although we can't take buyers through houses right now, we've been doing everything virtually. So most agents have been getting shots of the properties, whether they're still photos prior to all of this going into effect or videos. We've been sending any videos or virtual tours that we were able to capture prior to this. So people have been able to go through in that way. Now, some people still feel, uncomfortable pulling the trigger when it comes to just going on still photos without having being able to go through the property. But other people are comfortable doing that. And we have found out that certain home inspectors have been granted the exemption to still do business. So we can still make those contracts that we write contingent on home inspections so that on a Zoom call, we can go through with the home inspector and see anything that may be wrong with the property. So that is still a factor that we can build in to make sure that you're protected. When it comes to appraisers, appraisers are deemed essential. So appraisals can still go through. A lot of mortgage companies are still able to do everything remotely, especially now that the appraisal side is taken care of. So that's still in place. And in terms of the attorneys have been, especially some of them have been deemed essential still, and everything is going through with title work on most of these deals as well too. So we're still able to take you from sale to actual purchase remotely. It's just a matter of what you're comfortable with. And we have so many options that we can build in. We could always build in a contingency to be able to see the property. And final walkthroughs, we have a process in place for that to make sure we're in compliance. So there's always something that we can build in, whether it's through home inspections, whether it's through just contingencies, different types of contingencies that we can make sure that you're covered on. So that's kind of where real estate is right now. Those are some of the best practices we've been trying to put into place. And again, a lot of this is just seeing what works best, seeing what some people are comfortable with, and it's going to be different in terms of comfort level for everyone. So we're just really trying to offer our buyers and sellers these choices and figure out their situation and what will work best for them. At the end of the day, it's just about guiding you through the process, giving you all of the likely scenarios, and then you tell us what you're most comfortable with, and we work for you in that way. So, that being said, that's what's out there right now. That's the world of real estate right now. It could be different in an hour. It's all pretty fluid, but we'll keep you posted as it kind of continues to adapt and change. If you have any questions, we're here to help. Please reach out and let us know if there's anything we can do to help. Any questions that you think of, comment, and I can write back if that's easiest, or reach out, give us a call or text. We miss you guys. We're here as a resource, and we'll talk to you soon.